I'm 61 and I've been retired for 7 years. I get asked all the time by people that are in their 40s and 50s and even 60s what I've learned, what I thought was true when I retired, and what worked out to be true 7 years in. So listen up. This is not me studying things. This is not me learning from others. This is my personal experience. Hopefully, you find it of value. A lot of people think retirement is just endless vacations, golfing every day, sitting on the couch, and I list some of the things I do, that some of the nonprofits, and making these videos, and they say, "Oh, you're working," or retirement is about laying around doing nothing. And the happy people that are retired have a schedule. They do things. They contribute. Um, they plan their time. They don't just lay around. Okay. So I've got 12 lessons that I've learned that hopefully will change one. Hopefully, one of them will change how you think about retirement. And let's go from there. Some of these may challenge you. Some of these may inspire you. If nothing else, you're going to learn what I learned. Okay, let's get started. Number one, in life, you're always balancing money, health, and your time. When you're young, you got a lot of time, but you don't have a lot of money. You got health. So you got two legs of the triangle. And as you move through life, these all change. They are the currencies of life. In your 50s and early 60s, I think you got the best balance. You've got money, you got health, and you got time. Okay. A lot of people put off retirement thinking they're going to be healthy, into their 70s and 80s. So let's look at somebody that may be 75. Well, you got money. Maybe you don't have health, or your spouse doesn't have health, but you got a lot of time. Okay. So balance. And I think this was the major reason I decided to retire when I was 54 years old, is I was at a point of very good health, had money, and I created time. It was perfect. And this last 7 years have been great. And hopefully the next 27 will be great. But odds aren't with me that after 75 that I'm going to have the same balance of money, health, and time. Hopefully that makes sense. Number two is stuff versus experiences. You know, you may think that new car is great and everybody's looking at you. I'll be honest, most people don't care. If they love your car, they're envisioning them being in your car, not how great you are in that new car. They'll never wish you bought more things. The shared memories and the stories with your family and friends mean everything. Number three, beware of the DIY trap. Do it yourself. Outsource tasks that drain your energy, that you don't want to do. Pay somebody to do it and get the time back. Always look at what an hour of your time is worth. Maybe you'll say it's worth $50. Well, what's it cost you to cut your own grass? Maybe 2 hours. By the time you count taking a shower and cleaning up, maybe that's 2 hours. And you say, hey, it makes money to create 2 hours for myself and pay somebody $50 to cut my lawn. Focus on what brings you joy, purpose, and connection. You can't do everything yourself forever. I pay to get my taxes done. It's just something I don't enjoy doing. I enjoy it because it's the tedious work. I love putting everything together and getting all my, Excel documents of, where my money's coming from. But filling out the forms doesn't bring me any joy. And I'm telling you, a professional tax planner, a CPA, in my case, always finds something that saves me much more than the fee. So I'm delegating to an expert that pays more than the cost. So I take pride in DIY work, but I'm starting to let go. I had paid somebody to cut down a tree. I'm paying somebody to plant trees. I've never done that before. And you may be able to see behind me, my house is under construction. We're refinishing our wood floors. I'm paying somebody to do that. I know how to do it, but my knees, being on my knees for a week, my medical bills would be higher than what I'm being charged here. So everything's in this room here, and that's why I'm remote here. Nothing crazy's going on. Doing a lot of flooring work. Number 4, health span over lifespan. You know, some of you are thinking, hey, I want to live to 90, 95. Well, if I told you the last 5 years was going to be, you know, in a nursing home with 100% skilled care and your mind's not going to be there, you probably won't sign up for that. Health span is how long are you going to be fit? Okay. So focus on sleep, fitness, nutrition. Okay. That's a great investment to start making now. You can't enjoy all the freedom of your life and your family and relationships if your body fails you. Don't make it your fault. Bad things happen. Don't make it your fault. Number 5, stop caring about what others think. This is a big deal. In your 40s and 50s, it's easy to worry about how you're going to be perceived for going on this vacation or living in this house or driving that old car. Nobody cares. I assure you, nobody cares. Okay, so stop caring about what they think. Everybody can make their own choices and live with those. Comparison is the thief of joy. Do you? Number 6, understand the stock market. Study the market history. How long do bear markets last? That's the downward turn. How long does it take to get recovery? 3 out of every 4 years is a positive stock market return. Don't believe the headlines and the people on social media that are trying to scare you. The legacy media, they're all about making you continue to watch and try to scare you. But study the stock market. There's infinite information out there on YouTube. Great financial planners that have great content that I listen to. Know how bear markets feel. Know the tendency that you have to react and act proactively, not proactively, act reactively. The market goes down 30%. What does how have we as humans evolved to react to that? You know, we fear it. We want to take action. What are you going to do about that? I have a group of people, a retirement group that I run all my financial decisions by. Okay, that's how I prevent myself from making crazy decisions. This time is never different in the stock market. Learn what growth is, and that's what you're trying to do in your 40s and 50s, and learn what safety with growth is when you go into retirement. Safety becomes a bigger aspect of your investing because you won the game. Number 7, plan for taxes early. Okay, I could have done a better job on this. What are Roth conversions? What are RMDs? When should you take Social Security? All having a tax plan was a surprise to me. I'll be honest. I deferred taxes. I retired with a 90% plus of my money in deferred accounts, and now I'm trying to unwind that, which is pretty easy when you're 54 and you retire and your RMDs start at 75. But everybody's situation is going to be a little bit different. But having your taxes in the right location, are they in a brokerage account? Are they in Roth? Are they in an IRA? You want to know your taxes going forward into your retirement because they're within your control. When you're working, most of us were W-2 employees and taxes happen to us. Now in retirement, it's the decisions you make and where your money's located that mean everything. So Boldin, the software I use, makes this very easy, very easy. There's a link to 2 free weeks below. I use that software. It's a game changer for me and so many people. Number 8, check your ego, get help. Okay, now this one's a big one for me. I'm a degreed engineer. I've been a plant manager. Money and finances and planning is what I did. Okay, not being surprised. What can go wrong? Those are all things I did professionally. But I have blind spots. One, I'm emotionally connected to my own retirement. So having a financial planner uh, can make perfect sense. You go to the doctor when you're sick. You don't just go on WebMD, right? Maybe you do and get some background information, but you know, checking your ego, ask for help. I have a couple links below that people have asked me for my opinion on, asked for help on. I'm a solution provider. I don't like saying, hey, go get a financial advisor. Hey, go get health insurance. I've got several links below. First one I'll talk about is Move Health. They are a organization dedicated to helping you find health insurance pre-retirement and transitioning into retirement. So I'm currently 61. I'm not buying the ACA, Affordable Care Act, and I'm not on health Medicare. What am I doing? What's right for me? You ask these people your questions. They'll explain the best option for you, depending on what state you're in and what your financial conditions are and what your health care insurance needs are. This is all for free. They're paid for by the United Healthcares, the Blue Cross Blue Shields, completely free to you. This service was only provided to certified financial planners. Move Health exclusively worked with CFPs. Now they're broadening in a test with my audience, only with my audience, only with you. Free call for you. Check them out if you're worried about health insurance. If you got health insurance and you're wondering if you can do better, contact Move Health. Check out that link. Money Pickles, another one. If you got a question, there's a complimentary call, no cost to you. Answer any questions about retirement, what should I use for inflation, when should I take Social Security. It's a CFP you'll talk to for 45 minutes, completely free. Okay. Also, you may want to do a $300 plan review. I got a couple links for that. That's a great second set of eyes looking at your plan. If you want a plan created, my plan was created in conjunction with Neil Fort Wendell. There's a link for him. And earlier I mentioned Boldin. Those are all links for help. Check your ego. These people are professionals. Number 9, redefine retirement. It's not endless leisure. It's freedom with purpose. Part-time work and volunteering may fill that up. I do, when I say fill it up, I mean a couple hours a day that you can say no to and go on a 2-week vacation. Okay. That's what I mean by fill up. And you can say no at any time. One of the emails I just responded to is, Joe, what do you do on a rainy day? Well, it is a rainy day. What do I do? And I sent him an email, 10 things I do on a rainy day. Maybe that's a good video topic. I make YouTube videos. I work inside. I have a honeydew project at my kid's house or my house. Maybe, moving some furniture off of a wood floor so people can come in and finish that. Number 10, relationships matter. Relationships are what you think about as a 60 and 70-year-old, not the stuff I have, not the money I have. It's all about my family and friends and that network. And I spend a lot of time cultivating that. You spend time on relationships. That means you make phone calls, you get together. Don't worry about your car, your house, the pool you may have, the vacations you took. It's all about relationships. Okay. Number 11 is you will evolve. My identity at 61 is different than it was at 45, different than it was at 50. I was a leader. I made strong decisions. I made risky decisions. I believed in people, developed people, made, $100 million business deals. I don't do that anymore. I'm just Joe. I'm just neighborhood Joe. So you're not going to recognize yourself. And I think that is cool. I've reinvented myself in retirement. I'm completely different. I'm just not the professional business leader driven for financial results of the company. And I'm just not that person anymore. And number 12, simplicity wins. I'm doing this in my finances. I'm investing in less things. My bucket one money, I had in about 8 or 9 different things. Bucket one was money I needed in the next few years. Up to it was just 3 years, and then I expanded that to 6, and now I've got 10 years of expenses outside of equities, and that's basically in a money market fund. I could get slightly better returns if I was constantly moving around and searching. I don't do that. I'm thinking about expanding into tips and tips ladders, but one or two, three investments in bucket one, 3 or 4 in bucket two, my long-term money. That's fine. That's fine. Simplicity wins. So what lessons did you learn here? Okay. If you were in your 40s and 50s, was there any one of these 12 that was new to you, enlightening to you, something that's challenging to you? And if you're 60 and 70 and 80 and you're retired, what did I miss on this list? Drop a note in the comments. There you go. Those are my 12 lessons for my 45-year-old self, my 40, 50-year-old self. Advice I give out all the time when I'm together with people, these 12. Let me know what you think. It's Joe out.